Oh my goodness, guys. What's good, everybody? It's just your neighborhood angler, MoneyBass, out here about to do this thing we call Bass for Cash. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. We're gonna see if we can give away a little bit of some weekend money. Who wants some money in their pocket for the weekend? Basically, what we do is get out here on a weekly basis, guys. On a weekly basis, I get out here on the lake, see if I can get a fish or two to the boat. All you have to do is, number one, be a subscriber. Number two is guess the exact weight of the fish, and you will walk away with a nice cash prize. Just as easy as that, guys. So we're going to get out here, have some fun today. It's been kind of tough out here lately, guys. So we're going to go scouting around, try a few different things today, see if we can get at least, I'd say, 2-3 fish to the boat today, and have some fun with it. Want to give a big shout out to, you guys see it right there, fishxlive.com, the premier tournament app. It is a live streaming tournament app, guys. So make sure you take a look at that if you are into tournaments. And if you're not into tournaments, there's something on there called the online fishing journal, where you can keep track of all your catches. You can use it to locate the, go back and find the areas where you've already caught fish, log in all your catches. It's basically an online journal. All right, so shout out to fishxlive.com, and also want to give a big shout out to SWAT Lawn Operations, one of the original sponsors and supporters of Bass for Cash. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and take a run. We're going to take a nice little hike on the lake. So while we're doing that, you guys can take a look around. You know, I'll show you the view as I'm heading out to the first spot. We'll get out here and we'll see what can happen. And also make sure you guys continue to get active in the chat. So we're going to run. Let me think. Where should we go today? What part of the lake should we go to today? Let me clear out some of this old stuff out of here. Clear that. Where should we go? You guys want to try some bridges today? Let's see what's going on in the chat. What's going on, George Jones? We have James Larry tuning in. Brian the Fisherman Baker already tuning in. And Backlash Fisherman says 10 pounds, 3 ounces for 5 bass. Okay, all right. We'll see if we can make that happen. Let me see. Brian the Fisherman Baker says, when are we going to get to go with you? I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it. I'm always running late to this, to that. But it's in the works. We'll put together something for the subscribers. What's going on, DL Peck? Good to see you in the chat. All right, guys, make sure you get active in the chat. Hit that like button on the way in. We're going to make this first run, and then we're going to get to it, guys. All right, guys, we are just getting started for anybody that is tuning in. And actually, I'm not going to make as long a run as I had planned on because I just looked at my gas meter. Let me just show you guys my gas gauge. I wanted to go someplace, but my gas gauge told me no. Check this out, guys. Can you see the gas hand right there? Let me just zoom in on it. Can you see that? That is not, so let me turn it off so you can see how far it moves. So it's off right now. It's not even moving. Turn it on and it barely inches up. So we will not be making too many runs as I was planning on doing for today. But we'll get out here and still hop around a little bit and see if we can make some things happen. What's going on, April? We have April tuning in. I see Chauncey. So Chauncey, you have a tournament coming up on Lake Lanier sometime soon, right? So I'm down here right next to some fish. Let me just show you. So there's my bait right there. And there's a fish right above that bait. So we're gonna see if it'll take it, guys. They've been acting very, very finicky out here lately. Chauncey says Lake Lanier March 1st. Okay. All right, so you will be on Lake Lanier March 1st. I will be on Logan Martin on March 1st. All right, and you'll be on Oconee on the 29th. All right, so you're gonna be out there making some things happen, huh? So just about everyone that I have spoken to has been discussing how things have changed and how difficult it has been to get these fish to commit and bite anything. Now take a look at that fish right there. Can you guys see that big fish right there? And there's my bait coming down right here. There's my bait coming down, and there's the fish right there. They're about to intersect with each other. Let's see what happens. Nothing as usual. What's going on, Roxanne? Good to see you in the chat. What's going on, April? So we're out here. We're just getting started. There's a few fish right below the boat, guys. So we're going to see. And these fish are just ignoring that bait. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. One of them stopped and took a look. Frosty Mouth says, bro, I wasn't in your live for a long time. What's up? What's going on, Frosty Mouth? Good to see you back in the chat. We're out here just trying to have a little fun with it today. Chauncey says, how deep are you and what's the water temperature? The water temp where I'm at right now is 58 degrees. Man, the water temps have been increasing significantly. Remember about 2 weeks ago, guys, it was about 40 something degrees out here. That's the water temp. So things have definitely changed a lot. And as you guys have seen, a lot has changed with the bite too. So these fish are nowhere near as active for me as they have been for the probably about the past, what, week or two? So we're just trying a few different things now, guys. Frosty Mouth says, love your live streams. Really appreciate you for coming back to the channel. We're gonna see if we can get something out of here today. April says, not much, just chilling in my bedroom and drinking some cranberry and mango sparkling ocean spray. Okay. All right, just relaxing on a nice Friday afternoon. All right, so those fish, they're down there. They're moving around, guys, but they do not want that minnow bait. Let's just go more aggressive with a spoon. Have a little bit more movement to it. Let's see how that does. Malachi back in the chat. What's going on? Roxanne says the fish will bite today. And we're going to make them bite today, right, Roxanne? They haven't been acting right lately. April says, and I'm going to the hockey game tonight at 7 p.m. All right, good deal. Good way to start the weekend off. So who else has some plans for this weekend? Is anything special going on this weekend? Anybody have any plans this weekend besides April heading to the hockey game? All right, let's see, guys. Uh-oh. Roxanne says she's feeling a little sick. Has to kick back and relax with some, what is that, some ginger tea? Chauncey, you asking me that question, you don't even want to hear my answer to that. You don't even want to know my answer to that. Let's see, maybe somebody in the chat that has been watching for a while. Does anybody in the chat know who I would have for the Super Bowl? Let's see, Brian says going to the reservoir in Henry County, open tomorrow and Sunday. Okay. So what kind of fish are you catching in the reservoir? Or do they have some real nice big ones over there where you can use? Because, see, I've been wanting to find a place where I can go and use my swim bait, those big swim baits. I had bought 2 shad swim baits. And I haven't really been, I've been to one lake, or maybe, yeah, just one lake where I felt I could really feel comfortable throwing those things. And that was Lake Chickamauga last year. And I used it for a little bit, but wasn't able to catch anything on it. But I really do want to use that those bigger swim baits and catch some fish on those. So for me around here, I probably have to find some type of little private pond or something like that maybe. But I just want to have some fun and catch some fish on those bigger swim baits. So what's the biggest fish that you've caught there, Brian? What's going on, Paul? Glad to see you in the chat. Who else do we have tuning in? James Larry says, I'm possibly going fishing tomorrow on Lanier. All right, James. Well, you'll definitely have to let me know how you do, because you see what's been going out here for me lately. It has been a struggle. The water temps have increased about 12 degrees, I'd say in about a week to a week and a half. So I don't know. What do you guys think? You think that could have had something to do with everybody I'm talking to saying it's pretty tough out here for them? Brian says a 7.5. Oh my goodness. Okay. Paul says little air travel today, going back home. Long work week. All right, so it looks like you do some out of town traveling. Good deal. What's going on, David? David, you are from, where were you from? Were you from South Africa, David? Says good day to everyone. April says it's going to be the Fort Francis Lakers hockey game tonight. Uh-oh, guys, look who we have. It's the Mass Bass. Tid checking in. He says the host of this show is not a connoisseur of American football. So David said, yes, South Africa. All right, so we do have South Africa back in the chat. All right, Chauncey, so did you see the answer? So the Mass Bass, Tid, Chauncey, put your question in the chat again that you asked me. And let's see if the Mass Bass, Tid, has the answer for you. If you're still there, Chauncey, put your question in the chat again. Appreciate everybody for tuning in today. Remember, today's live stream is being brought to you by fishxlive.com, the premier live streaming tournament app that pretty much allows any organization, club, or just a friendly get-together. You guys can be online fishing just like the pros, guys. All right, let's see. What else do we have? We have nobody really tuning in. He says, here's the commercials. All right, he's coming in with the commercials. Make sure you guys do hit that like button. Really appreciate that. Brian says, let me know when we can go. I can bring a guest. I have a pass, and you can do a live stream. Okay. All right. I need to see some. Well, so let me know what you catch tomorrow. If you're catching something over some 4 and 5s, then yeah, I might have to go and check that out. April says, I don't watch football. I watch the old-time baseball game. All right. TD Outdoor says, what's good, money? It's a brush pile off that island. I have caught some true giant spots off of that island. Man, I'm telling you right now, they're just not cooperating. Nobody really says, why you wear your hat backwards? Why do you think my hat is backwards? My FishX Live hat? It depends. When I'm running the lake, sometimes I put it on backwards so it doesn't blow off. What's going on, Manny? Manny says, any luck in these 20 minutes that you've been out to the lake? No, sir, not yet. We're just getting started. We're going to see if we can find a fish or two, have some fun doing this thing we call Bass for Cash. Make sure you guys hit that like button on the way in. All you have to do is double tap your screen. It really does help out the channel, guys. Wonka TV says, Money Bass, I want to go fishing with you. I want to go fishing with me too, man. I want to go catching with me. I've been fishing a lot lately. I've been fishing a lot. But with the way things have changed, these fish are like, hey, we're going to make it look bad, Money Bass. So what I'm working on is setting up something to where we will be doing something for the members of the channel, to where I will, host a tournament, and actually you guys can come and compete against each other. Something like that is what we're working on. So if you're interested in something like that, make sure you reach out to me. My contact information is in the description, guys. So if any of you guys are interested in something like that, make sure you reach out to me, because those will be the first people that I follow back up with once we get everything set up, all right? And it'll probably be just 8 people. So 8 of you that are watching, you can be on whatever lake you want to be on. For now, that's the way we're going to do it. But eventually, we're going to do it to where we separate and put everybody, we'll separate the, live streams to where it'll be depending on what lake the majority of the subscribers can be on. Like if we get 8 subscribers that'll be on a certain lake, then we can just kind of, play it by ear and do it that way. Manny says, have you tried using raw chicken? I think I tried that some years ago, back when I used to do a lot of catfishing. I was trying anything back then. And it worked for catfish. All right, guys. We're going to take it kind of slow and easy today. If you were watching whenever I first came on today, you would have noticed that the gas knob, the gas gauge is kind of low right now. So after I leave from here today, I'll be heading out to go get some gas. And next time we can run a little bit more around the lake. TD Outdoor says you should be able to go north end and slap some good ones in the mouth with a red crankbait. Yeah. I mean, I keep saying that I'm going to make that run. But I'm kind of lazy, guys. I don't really want to take off and run way to the other side of the lake like that right now. But I would say TD Outdoors, you're probably right. Because the bite is definitely tough down here on the lower end of the lake. David says the water sure does look great. Oh, yeah, it looks nice and relaxing out here, guys. Not too windy, not too choppy. I mean, you see the nice weather we have out here. Where's the sun at? The sun's up there hiding behind those clouds. Paul says, where are you at? I'm out here at Lake Lanier, Georgia. Hunting around trying to find some of these spotted bass that have been extra finicky and not wanting to cooperate with me at all for the past few weeks. Well, maybe like the past, week and a half, 2 weeks. TD says, throw a Spro medium diver. Do it for the boys. You guys want to see some cranking, huh? Chinzo says, where's the beer, bro? The beer's at Quick Trip. Bass Brawler says, what's your biggest catfish? I do not even know. I didn't even weigh the catfish whenever I catch them. I'm trying not to keep all that slime. I don't want all that slime all over my boat. A lot of times I'll release them before I even take them out of the water. What's going on, Caden? We have Caden tuning back in. All right, I see some fish sitting right here. Let me just show you guys. So there's a fish sitting right there. There's another one out here about 70 feet. So I'm just trying to bop him in the head with this swim bait. See if I can get some action. Let's see. So we're going to get this one about 75 feet out there. Bass Pro said, you got that right. Those fish are slimy. Oh yeah, those catfish will slime up everything. Slime up all your line, carpet on your boat, the slimesters. Appreciate everybody for tuning in today. Right here on a nice, lovely Friday on Lake Lanier. Just looking to see if we can get any of these spotted bass that want to cooperate for today. David says, if my wife sees whiskers, she runs. She says catfish are sure the ugliest fish ever. Paul Ward says, I spilled 2-stroke oil all over my rear deck carpet. Oh, man. Yeah, I can understand that. You would prefer catfish slime than that oil on there. Did you already clean it off, or how are you going to get that off of there? Twain says, one more cast. Oh, man, you got to get your carpet replaced? Now, that's terrible. Nothing takes it off. Dwayne says that water is beautiful. Oh, yeah, it's a nice day out here today, guys. $52.80 says at least it's just the front deck. You can probably get that fixed for a reasonable price. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. All right. Man, actually, it's a little warm out here. I put one of my hoodies on, but I need to take it off. All right, give me a second, guys. Let me take this hoodie off. All right, so today we're gonna move around these coves a little bit and see what we can find. Always got to keep your life jacket on, guys, especially when you're out fishing by yourself, because you never know what may happen, right? So it's 69 degrees out right now. Hey, take a look at this speedboat, guys. All right, do we have anybody that's new to the channel? First time tuning in? Anybody that's new to the channel? If it's 280 says big old Merc. He has some good eyes. I didn't even notice that. Oh, 52 says just a guess. So we're sitting in 28 feet of water right now. And it says it sounds like an old modified two-stroke. Yeah, it did have a, it did have a hefty sound to it. And they're way on the other side of the island, and I can still hear them way over there. So does anybody have any tournaments coming up this weekend? Or is anybody just going to be out fun fishing? What kind of plans do you guys have as far as fishing goes? I know some of you are going to be watching the Super Bowl. Pill Ryder said that was a two-stroke all day. So the wind's starting to pick up a little bit now, guys. Let's ease on to the back of this cove. Let's see if we can find anything. Do I have a crankbait? I have one of my crankbaits already tied on. Let's go ahead and Somebody said they wanted to see some cranking, right? Who was that wants to see some cranking? Let's see. So this is my cranking rod right here. Let's see. This one has. Let's crank with that other one. This one has. I'm not sure what pound test line this has on here. It might have 12 pound on there. But I want to throw something with a little lighter line on here. $52.80 says turn and burn. All right, $52.80. I'll let you pick the let you guys pick the crankbait. So this is what I throw on lakes when I'm going after largemouth. Nice square bill. So this is tied on from that last tournament. If you guys watched that tournament, somebody was asking me the other day, do I fish without using my forward-facing sonar? And I tried to answer the question the best I could because it's always on. So I'm always taking a peek at it, but I'm not necessarily using it to catch fish. Not necessarily. All right, so here we go, guys. My little limited arsenal of, as you guys can see, I like chartreuse and reds a lot, right? All right, so let's see. And I just bought another 2.5 chili crawl, but actually I didn't put it. Where did I put it at? Oh, I forgot to bring it with me. Well, let's see. Nobody really says, do you ever do giveaways? I think I've done some giveaways before. It's been a long time ago, though. But it would mainly be through sponsors. All right, so we have a Spro. Has some red and chartreuse on it. James Larry says, use something red. All right, so what about that right there? We have some red and chartreuse on there. Has kind of a wider body on there. Then I have this chili crawl. Flat side. It's kind of a flat crankbait. I'll show you guys the bills on those. James Larry, you got it right. I do giveaways. We give away money all the time. All right, nobody really says chili crawl. Okay, so which one do you guys like? I kind of like these Spro baits. I just like the way that they look. Look at the eyes on that. It looks mean. Looks like it's ready to stick something, right? All right, so which one do you guys like? I'm kind of liking this red and chartreuse right here. 5280 says this one right here. All right, you guys are saying Spro Pro, left hand. All right, so we're gonna roll with it. Now, what we're gonna be doing is just covering a lot of water on this, guys. I do not know if these fish are gonna be hitting these crankbaits right now or not, especially with the cove that I'm currently in. It doesn't really look like it's too rocky, but we'll see. All right, let's hop back over here and get a little closer in. So I'm throwing this on 10-pound fluorocarbon line. That other rod, I'm guessing, I'm not really sure what pound line that was, because I throw a rattle trap on that other one sometimes through grass. So I know I keep kind of a thicker line on that one. And that's the one that I throw that square bill on. And James says first cast. I don't know. We'll see. And you know what? I need to go. Let's go back up here to this point, because there are fish up here on this point, guys. But I just couldn't get them to bite anything. Let's go up there and try to burn this crankbait through there. So this is let's see what gear ratio this reel is. This is a 6:8 to 1 gear ratio reel. Should get us moving through there pretty quick. So is anybody fishing any tournaments this weekend? Any tournaments going on this weekend? Or any fishing at all? Or you guys gonna be drinking beer and eating hot wings? Eating chicken wings this weekend. 5280 says shad wraps are always good. Raymond says fishing on the creek behind the house with a cold one. So that's the plan, or is that what you're doing right now? Lorenzo, what's going on? He says, are we going to catch some for the boat? I mean, we're working on it. We're working on it. Country Living and Fishing says, any luck today? No, sir, not yet. We've been out here for, we've probably been fishing for about 30 minutes or so. Haven't got anything to the boat yet. Have some followers, but no takers. Followers, but no takers. Okay, Raymond said that's the plan for tomorrow. Sounds like a decent plan. Can you guys see that helicopter up there? Country Living and Fishing says, I have faith today is the day we will see a fish. Man, you know that's bad. You know that's bad whenever we go through that. Like, today is the day. Will we get one today? But why says, why? Let me see. What is your go-to bait when you're fishing waters that you've never fished before? Now, that's kind of a difficult one. I mean, it depends on the type of lake. If I'm going to be fishing certain types of structure. Yeah, so we're definitely hitting some grass down there, guys. $5280 says, depends on the water temp and visibility. That is true. And the type of fish I'm targeting. But I would say, like, if it was like something where I could only use one bait, it would more than likely be a shaky head, because I could fish that shallow offshore, fish it around docks, fish it in laydowns, fish it a lot of different places. Oh man, Country Living and Fishing, you need to go to rehab. Says he hasn't been able to wet a line in over a month. Raymond says, I'm a cop and I can't get a DUI walking. I guess you definitely wouldn't want to get one of those, right? A lot of grass out here. Gotta slap that grass off of there. James says it's windy and choppy water. Try top water jig. Man, these fish are not gonna come up and hit a top water. Well, where I'm at. Maybe if I go back into some coves or something like that, it could work. 5280 says, can you get a DUI on a horse? I believe you can. I saw something where I saw somebody get one on a lawnmower before. And I'm pretty sure I saw one where a guy got one while he was on a horse. Raymond says, no, I definitely cannot get one of those. And the sheriff would not be too happy. So Raymond, can you get a DUI on a horse? Country Living and Fishing said, yes, you certainly can. Hippie Dave has, let me see, he says, has to have a motor. Country Living and Fishing said, yep, you can get a DUI on a lawnmower. But what about a horse? Can you drive? Well, can you ride a horse while drunk? would they just get you for public intoxication? What would happen with that? Okay, that's country living. We're thinking the same. We're thinking the same. He said public intox. They'll figure out a way to get you with it, right? What do you think, Raymond? Would you, let me see, Raymond says, only if the horse is hooked up to a buggy. Oh, man. Let me show you guys the kind of grass that's getting on here. Can you guys see that slime? That slimy grass on there? $52.80 said, well, the horse isn't drunk, so we should be good. Maybe the famous Mr. Ed. All right, guys, we're just going to fish all the way around this little cove in here. Just to see. But, you know, I don't think there's... See, there's a nice little clay bank. We're sitting in 26 feet of water right now. Devin says, oh, Wilbur. Oh, no, not Wilbur with the shaky lips. And look how the water's just flowing right over that saddle right there. Can you guys see that? What's going on, Rory? He says, good afternoon, Money. What part of the lake you fishing today? Fishing in the part of the lake with no fish? Or a fish that I'm not catching? I'm down on the south end of the lake. Not catching a thing. But we haven't been out here that long. Trying a few different things, just trying to locate these fish, locate some active fish. Country living fish said he's fishing hopefully where he can catch a fish. We'll see, guys. We'll see. Man, for me, I hate that transition period, guys. I'm ready for it to get back to full-fledged topwater bite and not this in-between stuff where you got to spend all this time out here searching and maybe you find them, maybe you don't. Shout out to Alexandria. She says, hello, everybody. Hello. How you doing? 5280 says transitioning. It seems as though, you know, that's kind of taking place right now on a lot of different places. Country Living and Fishing said, it's the toughest times, but it's good for practice. I don't want to practice. Practice isn't fun. Jennifer says, not holding your mouth right. Oh, so that's, you know what? That could be what the problem is. I haven't been holding my mouth right. It's a nice little mud line over there. Can you guys see that mud line? From that water that's coming over that saddle right there. But Y said, we used to limit out in no time. Man, I like fishing a good largemouth lake where you can go up shallow with a crankbait, chatterbait, something like that, cover some water. Or even if you want to slow down a little bit, see how we have that little chunk rock, little rip wrap right there, or chunk rock. Hit an area like that, and it comes out into the water just enough to where those fish are kind of set up in there. It'd be lovely. Country Living and Fishing said you most let me see, he said you must have really made the fish gods mad. I did something. 5280 says, did you get your foot wet and catch a stick? Sure didn't. James Blair said just being on the water is really all I need, even if the fish aren't biting. Hey, I mean, you know the routine. I mean, sometimes we just get new baits, new toys, and we want to get out here and play around with them anyway. But it still would be nice to pop one or two, right? Jennifer says, just give it a little time. Be patient, grasshopper. Be patient. Let's look out here in the center, in the middle of this cove. They're hiding somewhere, guys. I just haven't been able to find them yet. And one thing I've noticed too, I haven't found where I haven't ran around enough to locate bait fish too. So some of the guys that are being a little more successful, they're just targeting areas where they have found bait fish. What's going on, Delta Bass? Says just checking in, listening under my work car, replacing a starter. All right. Good to have you back in the chat. Country Living and Fishing says, I was wondering where he was. I knew chicken was somewhere. Jennifer says, go a little deeper. Oh, it's got a little, it's go a little, okay, go a little deeper. VIP says, hi, any luck? Not yet, no luck yet. We're seeing about 23 feet of water. We're going all the way to the back of this cove. All right, let me show you guys the bait of choice. Now, this is what you guys, let you guys choose the bait that I was throwing today. So there we go. We're throwing a Spro rock crawler, guys. Pretty nice looking bait, huh? Oh, you said Chicken Hawk is somewhere listening and just waiting, huh? What's going on, Derek? He said, Money, are we still smacking them? Wait a second. He said, Money, we are still smacking them in Arkansas. You'll find the bait and fill up the boat. Yeah. So that's the thing. My gas tank is on E. And you guys know I've been kind of lazy. I keep saying I'm going to run to a different part of the lake and actually look around first and find some bait fish first, but I have not done that yet. We have David Gibson tuning in. He says, hi, everybody. Finally got to see a show. Yeah, hopefully we'll see a show that has a few fish coming to the boat today. It's been kind of tough out here. Uh-oh, did I cast that? Okay. Whew. Thought I put that one right into the trees. David says, how you been, Money? Sorry I missed the videos. Everything's been going pretty good, We're sitting in about 17 feet of water, just covering some water right now. We got some laydowns coming up. Can you guys see those laydowns back there? We'll get out there and crank them, see if there's anything on them. Dick said you're gonna have to get on only baits and get some gas money. Country Living and Fishing says, hey, I agree with Ron. Where's that Texas rig at? Sitting in 14 feet of water right now. Look at that right there, guys. What is that? Probably are not bass, but let's just see. Yep, they followed it, but did not take it. Not sure what those are. We have the editor checking in. Is that what it took, guys? Look at that. There you go. It doesn't feel like a big one, but it's a fish. All right, there we go, guys. I don't know how many hooks he has in him. Will I be able to get him to the boat? Oh, my goodness, guys. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness, guys. We got him. We got him. Can I get the net in time? Oh, boom. Booyah. Did we find something? Did we find something? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Do you see that? Oh, my God, guys. Who would have thought that that was just back here hiding from me? Oh, my goodness, guys. It looks like we're doing this thing we call Bass for Cash with a little shallow water cranking today. We had to change it up. I showed you guys the fish on the screen. Did you see it? Did you see him lined up? Did you see him lined up? That fish was like, oh, yeah, let me take a piece of that. Do you guys see the girth on that? Oh, my God. Who knows the line? Bendation leads to girthification. Let me hold this one with two hands so you can see the full width of that stomach. Do you see that? Does anybody know what we just found? We just found a little something that we can duplicate, guys. In the backs of these coves, who would have thunk it? That was kind of a fun bite. All right, there we go. Now, who had faith in your partner MoneyBass today? Who had faith in your partner MoneyBass? We found it, guys. We have found it. Now, who was it that was 5280? 5280 was like, go ahead and hit him in the mouthpiece with that red. He was like, he said, turn that live imaging off. You don't need it. You don't need it, MoneyBass. You don't need that live imaging. All right, there we go, guys. This is a good one. I don't know if you guys can tell, but let me just put this on this measuring board for you, too. Because it has some meat on its bones. Look at this thing, guys. You see that 15-inch mark back there? This is a 15 1/4 inch measuring board, and this thing goes well past that. Do you see that? Oh, my goodness. All right, all right. We're on the boards for the day, and it was a nice bite on a crankbait. Shout out to Rory Johnson, the crankbait king. I see you in the chat. All right, guys, so it looks like somebody might be walking away with some money today. Now, do we have anybody that is new to the channel? Let's go ahead and give this fish some, put a little water in there for it. Man, look how shallow we are. You guys see those leaves? Look at that. Look how shallow we are, guys. All right, there we go. Who called that? Who called it? Is Derek King and Frisco in the chat? Because you guys don't get to guess. Derek King and Frisco, you guys are disqualified. Is Derek still in the chat? Oh my goodness, that was a nice one, guys. Let's too. All right, guys. So look, I'm putting this on. I wrote my line size right here. So this is 10-pound fluorocarbon line that I'm throwing because I wanted the bait to be able to get a little deeper, and I don't really throw this into cover like I do on that other rod that's down there with that bigger line on it. So there we go. Bam. That fish was like, let me take a bite of that. And on top of that, it was a good one. It was a good one. All right, let me hop back into the chat for just a second. Let me see what we have in here. What are you guys talking about? See, King said, let's go. Country Living and Fishing says, I knew you would today. Okay, so you guys did call it. We had to try something a little different. Ray Outdoor said 2 pounds. We haven't even opened the scales yet. Political Fisherman says, fish on. Oh, yeah, it was on. It was on, all right. Hippie Dave said, how long? I mean, that fish was over. I would guess, what would you guys say? I think it was about 17 or more inches on that one. Paul Ward said he called it red crankbait. That is right. Roy said, good fish. David says, dang, I was a little low. What's going on, Paul? Political Fisherman says, I'm new. You are not new to the channel. Do we have anybody that's actually new to the channel in the chat? There's Derek King. He says, no. That's right, Derek. You and Frisco. Is Frisco in the chat? Frisco is disqualified too. All right, Paul Ward says, are we doing pounds and ounces? No, once we do the guessing, it will be in decimal. So it'll be up to 2 decimal places. Now remember, for anybody that is new to the channel, what we are doing is this thing we call Bass for Cash, where I come out to the lake on a weekly basis and do a little something called Bass for Cash, where I catch the bass. All you have to do is be a subscriber, number 1. Make sure you have already hit the like button. And the second thing you have to do is guess the exact weight of the fish. Now, we go into subscriber only mode once it is time to start putting the guesses out on those fish, guys. So if you are not a subscriber, you will not be able to even participate in the chat because we go into subscriber only mode, all right? Aurora Johnson says, you're using the right color also, all right? Derek King, are you trying to get some help from Alexandra? I see you put AC in the chat. You trying to see the AC? We're not going to let you guess, Derek King. You're already disqualified. All right, let's see. Who else do we have in here? Who else do we have? He says, let me see. Said you can't bully. AC said you can't bully me. What's going on, C219 Troll? We're out here having a little fun today. William said they're on the screen. I don't see Frisco in here today. Shout out to Country Living and Fishing. Been a member for 1 month. Really appreciate the strong support of the channel. Country Living and Fishing said bass do exist. Raymond said this is my 2nd time here. All right, so Raymond, all you have to do is be a subscriber and let's see if you can walk away with some of this cash for today. David Gibson says, when do we do the guessing? We do the guessing when the likes are up. So right now, the likes are pretty decent. I mean, we have about 50 something people in here. Guys, we had like 200 and something people in here yesterday. All right, let's see. Who else do we have? Pale Rider says, at least it wasn't on the shaky head. You guys don't like those shaky head fish? And I'll tell you guys something. The rod that I use, that I've been catching all of those fish with, I broke it. So I'm actually waiting to get a replacement. So I think that has something to do with my what's the word called? Your confidence level. My confidence level is down, guys. My number 1 rod is broke. Shout out to Country Living and Fishing. Just gifted a membership. Oh my goodness. There's some people who don't know the routine. All right, let me just show you guys this fish too, because I see some more people in the chat and people always want to know, did you catch something? Have you caught anything? All right, so we're putting a little water in there. Look at that. Look at that fish back there. It's a nice one. Oh my goodness, it tried to bite me. Do they bite or do they just fin you? What do these fish do? Do you see it? He's like, no, I'm not cooperating. Oh man, it got me that time, guys. Splashed me. All right, let's see if we can hold it up and let you guys take a look. Whew. Oh yeah, this is a nice fish, guys. That is a nice one. Look at that. Do you see that thing? Look at the stomach on it. The stomach on it is huge. Shout out to Country Living and Fishing. Gifted that membership and it went to, who did it go to? Grimy Fishing. So Grimy Fishing gets 2 guesses in the chat, guys. For those that do not know, the members of the channel do have a little bit of special privilege going on. What they get is 2 guesses per fish. So they get twice the chance to win. Alexandria says, all to do with your confidence level. That's right. That's right. That's why it's been slow for me, guys. David Gibson said, is that fat? Did you get fat in the boat? Take a look at it. Is she fat? Let's take a look at her stomach again, guys. Oh my goodness, look at the stomach on her. She's been eating good. She's been eating good. She's been eating some of these Southern biscuits and gravy, right? She's been eating good. Chef Boy says, oh shoot, it's rain. I'm gonna try to outrun that rain if it starts coming, but I think it is supposed to rain. All right, let's take a look around. So, man, we're sitting at about 58 people in the chat. We have 55 likes. So I don't know. We're gonna wait and see if we get some more people to come into the chat. So bam, just like that, we kind of found where those fish might be hiding out at. And David Gibson said, that stomach looks like mine. Country Living says, that shows you caught a fish when you get home. You have proof. That's right. We have some proof. James Blair said, you're not going too far out of gas. That is correct. I am out of gas. Can we pop another one, guys? John G says, I just got here, Money. Where'd you catch it on? What'd I catch it on? I let the chat go ahead and pick out a bait for today. 5280. He came with it. He said, how about a red crankbait? So I pulled out two, let you guys decide whether we were going to go with a flat side or go with this Spro. We went with that Spro right there. That Spro, it's looking kind of nice, looking lovely. You see those mean eyes on there? I told you it was mean, guys. That Spro is like, hey, I know the deal. I got a job to do. All right, so we came all the way to the back of this cove, guys. Chef Boy says, rod still a medium heavy. All right, let's see what kind of rod this is. So this is a cranking rod, guys. And actually something I need to do while we're at it. All right, so this is a cranking rod. This is I forgot it's a ducket. I think it's a triad or something like that. But this is a 7-foot medium. This is a medium cranking rod, 7 foot. 10-pound line is what I have on there. I want to let that bait get down there a little bit lower, so I'm not as aggressive with this as far as rocks and fishing and then laydowns and things like that other setup that I have. But what we need to do, guys, is we need to log that fish, because now what we have found could possibly be goodness, guys, where did I sit my phone at? Oh, where did I sit my phone? Maybe I'll put it in here. James says, what happened to your dash graph? Well, there was something wrong with the screen, so I sent it in to have it replaced. guys. I do not see my phone. Not my phone in the water. Political Fisherman says you're filming with it. Man, I couldn't have lost my phone, guys. All right, this is not good. This is not good. All right, guys, what I'm about to do is end this live stream because I need to go and find my phone. I will be back, guys. Oh, man. We'll be back, guys. David said, nope. All right, guys, I'll be back. I have to find this phone. I have to find that phone. All right, guys.